Welcome to the Stamping Morning Show with your host, Jennifer.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome. It's Thursday, July 16th, and this is the Stamping Morning Show. So good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. That means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here. Whether it's your first time or you're coming back, welcome to the morning show. Coming up on today's show, we have, of course, my upcoming events, deals and delights. On my desk, we're going to make 4 cards from my July card class, which of course you can still get that class, and much more than that as well. My co-host Brittany is nowhere in sight, so I don't know if she's going to show up today to work or not. But, you know, kind of her work is being that sidekick of causing a little trouble. So maybe if she doesn't show up, it'll be okay. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Let's see who's here this morning. We have Sue, first one here from Green Bay, Wisconsin, dealing with thick smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Ugh, bad for them and you. So, sorry. Oh, my co-host just showed up. I felt her on my legs. I think my voice must have woken her up from wherever she was. You want to come say hi? You going to come up? Pretty? Come here. We'll see. Let's see. Hilda, good morning to you over on YouTube. And Rosa, good morning. For once I'm early. I love it. The little sunshine emoji, Rosa. MJ, good morning. Also from yellow smoke-filled air in upstate New York, praying for all affected by wildfires in Canada. Yes. And good morning, MJ. Thank you for being here as well. Good morning, sunshine to you, Robin. Yes, Robin, MJ has that as well. Jackie, good morning. Lisa, good morning. And Brittany from a sizzling Boise, Idaho. Yes. Cindy, good morning. And V, good morning from a very sunny, hot Southern California. But no fires so far. That's good. Between us and Palm Springs, usually catches fire once a year. This weather, y'all. So I'm in, I guess you call it North Texas, near Dallas. And so we've had a lot of rain lately, but not the flooding. That's south from us. But yeah, there's a lot of flooding going on in southern Texas. So that's not good as well. And then, but the temperature is only going to be like 88 today. It's 75 right now. So it's been a little cooler. Here's the co-host. It's been a little cooler here in Midlothian due to all this rain. So that's what's going on in my weather area. Cindy, good morning. Sue, good morning, fellow crafters watching from Midlothian, Virginia. Yes, Sue, love it. Here's my co-host, Brittany, also known as the sidekick. Oh, yeah, she wants to get on the table. Well, these are my notes, though. Okay, so, excuse me. She's going to get up. If you could see her, she's not too happy, I guess, because she's switching her tail. Okay. I'm the producer as well, so I'm doing all the jobs here. Again, my name is Jennifer Cotton. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 24 years now. November of this year will be 25 years. And this is my full-time business, so I offer lots of events anyone in the U.S. can take. I offer weekend retreats, one-day retreats, crafting cruises, free videos, and more. And I do offer in-person classes as well. So lots of things to choose from. So make sure you save this video, go to the blog, which I'll talk about in just a second. Come back. Oh, you're on vacation, Cindy? Nice. Desiree, good morning from Colorado. We have Colorado has the fires. My gosh, the weather in this country. Cindy is in George, New York on vacation. Nice, Cindy. Other Cindy, good morning. Jackie, good morning. I forgot if I said hello to y'all because I'm looking at Facebook over here. Two different devices here. Let's see. Yes, Lisa. Desiree, good morning. Yes, I said that. So confused. And Kimberly, good morning. Good to see everybody. Okay, so let me see. I told you all that. I want to let you know that I will be adding timestamps to the video for you. And then here's my blog address. So I'll add those timestamps later today in YouTube so you can skip around to the part of the video you would like to see. And then let me add this on the screen. Okay, timestamps down there in the video description on YouTube so you can skip around to the part you like. I add those manually, so that'll happen later today. And then tomorrow I will add a link up in this corner that will take you straight to my blog, stamptherapist.com. And that's where you can go to find out about my upcoming events, my specials, Stampin' Up specials, pictures from the cards I made on videos, etc. Hello, co-host. So that is stamptherapist.com. Okay, back over here. Oh, this co-host says, I'm going to do my job today. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be very involved. Okay, so first segment of the show is the crafting calendar. So get out your pen, paper, pencil, digital calendar, whatever you need to take notes and see what events you are interested in. So first of all, I have my monthly classes every single month. Card class, let me say it correctly. Card class, stamp a stack of card class. Yes, two different ones. And wall art class. Okay. They happen in person and to go every single month. They're all clubs you can join as well. Here's the information. Oh, first of all, I forgot to say all of my events will include a PDF written tutorial with step-by-step directions and measurements. They will include, we will cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible unless otherwise stated. You probably need to own the featured bundle dies to complete your projects. And of course, you'll cut your own designer paper or kit components if they are included with the fee. These first three classes, however, we do cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible. So card class is the one I'm making today. It's 4 individual cards. You can get this 3 different ways, which I will tell you about later. But if you want to come attend in person with us, it's this Saturday, July 18th. So you can register for that right now. Again, I'll tell you more later, but the link is in the video right now. Or you can purchase it to go or get it free to go. Okay, 4 cards. You'll see those today. Then the other 2 classes include over $20 in merchandise. You can join the club for these 2 to get extra perks and a small discount. Stamp a Stack is 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each, using the balloon festoon bundle. I think they're super cute cards. Using those balloons, you will need that bundle if you're taking it to go because you have to cut balloons out of some of your designer paper. But we cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything else possible. And I have 1 left. I think I said that already. It is $40 for non-club members or $38 for club. And both of these 2 include over $20 in merchandise. Then next is the wall art class using Summer Happiness Bundle. I have 1 left, over $20 in merch. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible. You assemble. Actually, I have a packet here. I have the sample here. I have 1 left. I think it's super cute. Summer Happiness. If you want a fun summer, decorate your home, give it as a gift. It's sparkly. It's shiny. It's so cute. Let me go grab a packet just so you can see what they look like. Hold on. My helper already finished. She already finished, so you can kind of see we cut what we can for you, as you see here. And package it up, and you get 12 by 12 paper. There's some other stuff you'll need in the back there. It's all ready to go. So that's wall art. Come take it in person or to go. I think I said it all. Both are the same price, wall art and Stampin' Stack. I don't have my Stampin' Stack cards here. I think I said that as well. Getting mixed up. Hold on. Okay, what does this say? The Alaska cruise will be my first crafting cruise. Is anyone else here going on the crafting cruise, guys? Yes. Oh, Sue, we need to start our Facebook group. April and I, let me make a note. Start cruise. So we will start a Facebook group that's only for those attending our cruise. And that's a great way to meet the other people and chat with them. There are people in this video right now that are going. There are. But yeah, let me, I wrote that down, start Facebook group, but I probably can't do it until next week, to be honest, because I've got a very busy schedule until then. But I made the note, Sue. So see, Robin says, I'm going. MJ's going. We only have about 6 spots left last time I checked for the crafters. And there's other people, I think, in here that are going as well. So it's going to be fun. Anyway, that was a side note. Okay, so those are the monthly classes I do every single month. You can take them to go or in person. All the links are on the blog stamptherapist.com under either events or join the club. I showed all that. Okay, the other thing I do every single month is my memory keeping club. Memory keeping made easy. This is on Zoom, so it's not in person. This is where you get instructions for 6 scrapbook pages. We make 4 of them together on Zoom, and you get the supplies and measurements for the other 2. We also have a lesson every month. You get, I believe, almost $50 in merchandise. Hold on. Let me just show you. Well, I don't want to confuse. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, $48 in product at least. You have the 2-hour Zoom every single month. It's usually around the 3rd or 4th or 5th Thursday of the month. The last or next to last Thursday. I have all the dates scheduled out for this year. The $65 fee includes shipping, or you can pick it up for $56. So local can do it as well. After 6 consecutive months, you get a gift, just like in my other club, which I think I forgot to say that. After 6 consecutive months of being a club member, you get the gift. On the other clubs, it's discounted, and you can cancel anytime on any of them. So this month we are making some summer themed pages, and we actually make our pages together on Zoom. We put pictures on them and we journal. So it's not just a club where you make the pages and they sit there empty. We do the work. Now, if you don't do the work, you're not graded, and you don't even have to come to the Zoom if you don't want to. So, and I do record the Zooms and send them out to you after. All right. So it's a great club. Yes, Sue. Yes. Oh, Sue, did you see? I haven't checked it. So Sue, you just registered. Yay. So Sue says I only have 5 spots, y'all. You got to grab them. But we'll talk about the cruise in a minute. Okay, here is the pages we're making this month. So we make 4 together. So cute. And then 2 just due to time. We don't have enough time to make the other 2. Those are bonus pages, I call them, but I give you all the supplies for them. And then I teach along the way. It's a lot. And then there's a lot included. And also the other club members are very open to sharing tips and ideas. And sometimes they share their pages on the Zoom and all the stuff. And we have a Facebook group for that as well. So you can join anytime. We started, I think in May, but yeah, I think we started in May, and it's been great. We've added members since then, and we would love to have you join us as well. So you can join anytime. It is too late for this month, but you can join anytime, and you'll be on the next month's that's available. Also, if you're in for 6 months, which is after you get your gift, that will be 72 pages. 12 months is 72 pages if you did a full year. So what's half of 72? 30. 72 divided by 2. Why am I saying 31? Did I do my math right? Let me use the calculator. 12 times 6 72 divided by 2. Oh, 36. Yeah, that was 12. So 36 if you do 6 months. Pages that you could complete. You'd have a whole album. Okay. So it'll be great. All right. That is that one. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, I couldn't math. I do know how to do math. Hold on. I'm going to fix my climate control down here. Okay. Moving on. Sherry, good morning to you. Carmen, good morning. Good to see everybody. Okay. The next event is my 1-day retreat. So I sent out an email, and I don't know why I do this stuff. Who knows? I got a lot going on, and I get confused. Saying it was the last chance to register for the 1-day retreat. But that was a lie because I haven't even designed the projects yet, and it's next week. I am not ready for it to be closed. So you can still register for the 1-day retreat in person. I think we only have 2 spots left, but to go, anyone can take it to go. So this is in Cedar Hill, Texas. It's in, oh, I keep clicking the wrong things. Today it's me, not the computer. 1 day, July 25th, 2026 in Cedar Hill, Texas. So come join us in person, hang out all day with all kinds of cool people, all ladies at this time. So hang out with cool ladies. Have 4 make and take projects included and a goodie bag of product, and then all that time to stay there, use my supplies, visit, etc., etc. So it's a lot of fun. This is my second 1-day retreat, and I'm going to try to make these be a regular thing. I have not scheduled the next one yet just because I'm so busy. I haven't looked at my calendar and checked with the hotel, but anyway, and here's how it looks in person. Lots of space. I mean, not lots, like there's plenty of space, but you can't bring a weekend's worth of retreat stuff. You bring a cart, a tote. Anyway, it's fine. It was great last time, and you can use my supplies while you're there. Okay. And of course I supply everything for the make and takes. And then there is an add-on class that's optional. So when you take it to go, you can take actually retreat only, class only, or both. The retreat is in person and to go is using the, I always forget the official names, but the Winnie the Pooh stuff, the 2 suites from that. So super cute, of course. So little Winnie the Pooh theme. And then, the class is Flowering Meadow. It's that velvet stuff. So that's the optional add-on class. All of the details, and there's the pricing for in-person or to go, are in the links, and they are located in my blog, stamptherapist.com, under events, and then just scroll down till you see that one. Okay. Also, they get emailed out, of course, so make sure on my email newsletter for all of this stuff. So up here in Facebook is where all the links are, and down here in YouTube. By the way, as y'all come on, I think I forgot to say this. Please say hi. Give a like, a thumbs up, a follow, a subscribe, a turn on notifications, but especially, and a share. Click the share and copy that link. In both platforms, YouTube and Facebook, it's very helpful to my algorithm, so more people can see my videos. Anyway, why did I say that? I don't know. What was I talking about? The blog? Oh, I don't know, but join the email list up here in Facebook, down here in YouTube, so you can get emailed these links directly. And they will all be emailed out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central in the email wrapping up this video. Okay, so thank you. I got more likes. The link, links to the event. So email, message me, or go to the blog. I think I said it all. Okay, next up is the August let me say it right. The August weekend retreat to go. In person is full, but we are offering it to go. I will be using the Violet Dreams bundle for your 10 or more make and takes. You're going to have, I just remembered something I needed to check. Sorry, hold on. Let me write this note. Okay, sorry. 10 or more make and takes using that gorgeous Violet Dreams bundle with the cute purple flowers and that gorgeous designer paper and the shimmering stripes and all the stuff. Okay. Then there's the Pretty Poinsettia class, Christmas cards designed by April McCright, four designs, two of each, and my summer happiness cards and scrapbook pages class. So you're going to make 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each, and 2 12 by 12 scrapbook pages. I've been using summer happiness a lot. You're going to get a whole roll of that washi tape in that class, so you'll be able to do lots of stuff with it. And I think it's going to be awesome personally. So you can sign up for my class only, April's class only, or the retreat only, or mix and match any way you want, or even tutorials only in that one registration link for the retreat to go. If you're attending in person, side note, don't forget you can register for the classes still. And the deadline for all of that is July 26th, and then they will be mailed in August. Okay, so any questions, go to the blog, ask me, or sign up for my emails. The first one day retreat was fabulous. Thank you, Martha. And Martha was like, she actually helped me set up, break down. She helped with, me, Robin, and Martha had to figure out the setup. Like I had an idea, but we had to figure it out on site because that was our first one. So thank you, Martha, for that help as well. Linda, hello, good morning. And good morning, Martha, by the way. Second Linda in Idaho, good morning. Had to get outside water moved on the backyard. Happy to be here. Love it. You're so good to with all the stuff you take care of, Linda. Okay. Before I talk about the cruise, the crafting cruise, the last thing is the Jen and Jen summer camp. This is with Genevieve Coe. She is in Canada. So if you live in Canada, you can take this event as well. You just register through her. And so this summer camp is virtual. It includes the camp is 10 different cards, half designed by Jen, half by me, using the Sunset Coast suite or bundle and the suite of products. There will be a Facebook party associated with that, a chance to win door prizes during that party, games to play, and bonus videos. You complete your projects by PDF tutorial, and that's the camp. Then there's 2 additional add-on classes. I'm doing Halloween, so it's the Oh My Fright Halloween projects. Oh My Fright is the bundle, and Halloween projects featuring cards and boxes. And Genevieve's class is using Simply Leaves bundle, and hers will be all cards. So you can register for that right now. The deadline is August 16th. It happens at the end of August on Facebook. If you cannot be present for that, it doesn't matter because it's recorded. So anyone can take it, and you don't have to be present on the day of the party. All right. Last but not least is that crafting cruise we've been talking about that Sue signed up for. I'm so excited. In fact, I'm going to make a note to check cruise list. Our travel agent updates that list for us, but we don't get an email notification. We just, it's a Google Doc, so we have to go check it ourselves. Like you have to remember to do it. Anyway, the crafting cruise is August 2027 out of Seattle, Washington. We're going on the Quantum of the Seas to Alaska. We're going to Sitka, Skagway, Juneau. We'll see the Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier from the ship. And we will go to Victoria, Canada. Anyone can go. You can bring friends, family, whoever. I guess friends and family are the 2 topics. They're either related to you or not. Spouses, partners, children, whoever. And they can all attend. They don't all have to do the crafting portion. The crafting portion includes 4 full classes that are self-paced. So you have all week to do them. You can go watch whales, come back, go eat a meal, come back, go eat a third meal, come back at midnight, come back at 2 in the morning. I'll be asleep, but you can go in there. The craft room's open 24/7. You'll have your own area dedicated to you to leave your stuff out and work, and separate class tables. So that part's awesome. So you'll be able to not be crowded and having to move out of someone's way in the classes. And what else? Food 24/7. Let me read this because And we'll do stamping demonstrations, April McCray and I. So April is my retreat partner, and so we do it 50-50 basically. You will get gifts every day, and then included with your cruise, 24/7 room service. All meals are included with many different options. If you've never been on a cruise before, there's different restaurants you can go to. You can go to the fancy one. You can go to the buffet and lots of other stuff. There's pools, entertainment, trivia, bars, nightclubs, and more. Okay, so about 5 spots left for the crafting portion. Here's some pictures from previous cruises on a different ship. So our ship this time has windows in the crop room, which is rare. And you have that view off the back of the ship, so you possibly could sight a whale, possibly. And then meet cool people, have a door decorating contest, which is optional, t-shirts, gifts every day. Like I said, food. You got to get that French onion soup if they offer it at dinner. You got to get it. It's so good. You can order as many things as you want at dinner. You can get 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, etc. So there you go. Okay, so that is the event section. Any questions, let me know. Links will be in those 9 a.m. email tomorrow. Yay, Desiree. Wait and see if your friend can go with you. Love it. I have someone else that's possibly booking right now. Like she's talking to her friend about it. And they've been asked, or she's asked me a few questions. And I know I'm just saying this in general, not to Desiree. I told her to definitely call the travel agent. She was like, what kind of cabin do you get? And I told her, but I'm like, call the travel agent, because you tell them your preferences and then they give you pricing and options. So as far as the cruise portion goes, they definitely are very helpful with all the, whatever, like, this is my price range. I get claustrophobic. I'm fine with an interior room, etc. Okay. I will say, though, I would personally request a room on the same end of the ship as the craft room, so you don't have to walk all the way across every time. And if you can afford it, up on toward that deck, so you're real close to the craft room. That's just a little tip. Okay. A cabin is what they call them. Anyway, okay, next up, that's the end of that segment. Our next segment is deals and delights. So just to talk about what's going on with us, me and Stampin' Up. So there is a sale on Paper Pumpkin. If you have never subscribed before, okay, you might have bought, I don't know how they count it, but they said in the last 18 months, if you haven't had an active Paper Pumpkin subscription in the last 18 months, you qualify for this. It's on the pay-as-you-go, which means recurring payment. That's what the special is for. And it is 25% off your first kit. Paper Pumpkin is our monthly craft box in the mail. So you get the box. It's all inclusive. There's ink. Ooh, and I think, no, September is when we get the new ink pads. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that yet. Anyway, so this one will be a regular one, but August. Okay, so you have to go to my website by August 10th. jennifers.stampinup.net. Don't forget that S on Jennifer's. It's like apostrophe S, but no apostrophe. Jennifers.stampinup.net. Then you go to the category of Paper Pumpkin, and then you click subscribe, right? If you haven't done that in the last 18 months, you should be considered new, and your first one will be 25% off. Of course, don't cancel it before what am I trying to say? Do not cancel it before they charge you for the August kit, or you won't be eligible for that special anymore. But then you can cancel anytime. You can always cancel subscriptions, and Stampin' Up makes it easy. Not like some of these sites where I go to and I try to cancel a subscription, and it's the most hidden thing you've ever seen. The word cancel is in a font this size. Anyway, they make it easy. August 10th is the deadline for this special, and the 10th is always the deadline to get the kit for that month. So the kit for August, I'm going to skip on my things here, is called Kindred Greetings. And I forgot to watch, Stampin' Up gives us a sneak peek video, but I forgot to watch it, of the new kits, but I don't even know if it's out yet. But anyway, you can see right there the die cut texture card bases and envelopes, and it's like stencil die cut type thing. I don't know if that color on it is added manually, if they have a little thing in there to add that, or it's just dyed that color. But hey, looks cute. There's some twine I can see in the picture. Looks very nice. Okay. Also, let me grab my thing I printed out. I'm going to reach over here. Oh my gosh. Just read about this kit, because I have not personally read about it yet, because I'm getting the kit no matter what. Okay. August, kindred greetings. Send timeless, understated cards with heartfelt messages and of comfort and appreciation. Makes 9 cards, 3 designs, 3 of each, with 9 coordinating envelopes. Also, the kits always include a stamp set. Sorry, I was reading something. They always include a stamp set and an ink. It says card bases and envelopes have a textured linen-like feel. Okay. So that is Paper Pumpkin. Want that discount? Go do it. Also, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber with me, you'll get a monthly free tutorial. Here's an example, but of sneak peeks, but that's from a previous month, obviously. But I'm partnered with other demonstrators, and we each create an alternative project using kit components. And then I email that free tutorial out to my subscribers the following month. Okay, so there you go. So that was the Paper Pumpkin promotion. Don't forget, what is this one? Don't forget that every month Stampin' Up! Has the product of the month. It's $75. It's not $70. What am I saying? It is $5 with a $75 purchase. So if you place any order of $75 or more, you can add on the product of the month for $5 while supplies last only. And 1 product of the month per order and 1 of each product of the month per person ever. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you do place an order of $75 or more in the current month, you will receive a free tutorial from me in the following month using that past month's kit or item. So we're in Begonia Belle season right now in July. So if your order in July is $75 or more on 1 single order with me, in August, you'll get a tutorial with 12 different ideas using Begonia Belle from these 12 awesome demonstrators that you see on the screen here. So there you go. And then I do have a graphic of Begonia Belle, but I got these all out of order today. There it is. So it's a stamp set. I'm going to use it today. You'll see how awesome it is. These really large, like begonias, which I Googled, and to me, they don't look like that, but I guess there's different kinds of begonias, but you know, I'm not a plant person. So there you go. All right. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Those are the main things going on. Now, as a demonstrator, actually, let's call this news. The Stampin' News Desk. This is the segment of the Stamping News Desk. I need some sound effects. I need a little sound effect machine. Anyway, Julie, good morning. Be back after mowing. Have fun. As y'all come on, do say hi. Give a like, thumbs up, etc. It is helpful to me. So thank you very much. The news is that yesterday, us demonstrators got access to see the new catalog that comes out in September and the new online exclusives that come out in September. And in my opinion, it's awesome, awesome, awesome. I will be doing with my team and Genevieve Coe's team a VIP catalog kickoff that's virtual, that's free to anyone who's ordered from me in the last year, I believe. I have to follow their rules, or is a current club member. And so I was texting Genevieve today saying, I think I might want to use the bows. I'm just going to say that, y'all, a little sneak peek. Then I said, or I could do the sunflowers, or I forgot what the third thing I listed was. And then I kept looking and I was thinking, it don't matter. Like, I got 5 other things off the top. These leaves. Anyway, so some really good stuff is coming out. And if you are a demonstrator like me, you can order it early, July 21st, I believe, which I think that's a week later, right? So we get to look at it for a week. Yep. But I think it's the 21st. anyway, I guess it's 1 day less than a week, but we can order all of that stuff with limits, of course. And there might be 1 or 2 things that aren't available yet because they didn't come in the warehouse or whatever. But other than that, we can order everything from the new catalog first, before back orders, and just first. And we get to see it first. So why am I saying that? Because if you want to join my team, you can. It's only $100 to join. You receive a $125 coupon off your first order. So basically, it's discounted product. You don't have to do anything after that. There's no obligation, but of course you can take advantage of all the Stampin' Up! Perks, like seeing the catalogs early, ordering from them early, discount on every purchase, earning rewards with all your purchases, and then all the other Stampin' Up! Perks that are too many to name, and then also my team perks, like all my tutorials are free for my team. We have a team Facebook group where we share and ask questions. We have, I have rewards, challenges, incentives, trainings, monthly gatherings, swaps every month, etc. And I have people who have never participated in any of those things one time. They don't even reply to my emails, which is fine, up to, super heavily involved people. So you can join. There's no pressure when you do that. All there is perks, perks, perks. So any questions on that, let me know. I know, Robin says, so excited. Oh, thank you, Robin. Yes, pre-order is July 21st. The catalog, V says the catalog is jam-packed with product. Ink spots are back too. We got these new ink spots, y'all. They're coming. I'm very excited. Hello, co-host. My co-host is back. Yes, and Robin said, I'm so excited about all the holiday goodies. And B said, I know, right, Robin? I know, Robin, right? Whatever. Y'all know what I mean. Yeah, it's really good. I was telling Robin, I can't wait till I have my paper copy, which I believe they send with our first order starting July 21st. It's free. They send it with your next order because otherwise shipping is psycho. Just got another email about shipping prices going up, side note. But anyway, not from Stampin' Up, from the post office. Let me get that straight. The post office sent really pirate ship. But anyway, rural rates are going up in the U.S. But long story short, I really want to get my hands on that paper catalog because I need a cross-reference and this and that. Like, I just need to see it in real life because it's got so much stuff, as I think B said, jam-packed. Look at Rudy. Hello. You're going to have to get down because we're fixing to point the camera down. Okay? Okay? She's so pretty. Okay, but you got to go. The co-host is working today. I cannot say she didn't do her job. Yes, B. Okay, so that was my little Stampin' Up! News desk. I don't think I have anything else, but let me check. Oh, well, of course, y'all know this was announced last week, but Metal Magic, the Stampin' Hot Foil system is here. It's doing amazing. People are posting so many amazing samples and ideas. Stampin' Up! Sarah Douglas went live, I guess this week. I just saw it yesterday. Maybe last week. Anyway, she went live and they gave lots of tips and showed all the products as well. Not as long of a video as mine last week. Go watch that if you missed it, where I do a full demo of it. But they give lots of tips and some little sneak peek information as well. We will have holiday stuff with the hot foil. It's just not pictured in these catalogs yet because the timing. They make those catalogs like 2 years in advance. Anyway, so hot foil, I am going to use it today on one of my cards. And you can get the system if you want to save money. You can get the system with your $125 coupon when you join, and you will save $45 approximately, depending on your tax rate. I did the math on my tax rate where I live, and you would save $45. And then anyone who buys that hot foil system gets the $30 craft class included for free. So it's amazing. And of course, we have tons of products. There's a brochure. I've got that brochure on my blog that shows you all the new products. There's a ton. Oh, And hey, Kelly in Texas. I know Brittany's working overtime today. So yeah, Metal Magic is new. And then don't forget, when you join, you also get a one-time welcome box from Stampin' Up. That I actually, demonstrators can order that right now as a one-time offer. We can order it because like I can't, I mean, I could rejoin, I guess, if I dropped, but I can't join right now and get that welcome box. So we can purchase it right now through the end of July. And I ordered mine, and it will, well, I think it'll be here tomorrow. Actually, I'm not sure if it expedited or not, but anyway, it's coming. Mine is coming. But yeah, you'll get that with your $100 starter kit as a one-time gift. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, V says, and of course I did order one too. I mean, of course, like we don't want to feel left out. It's a $65 value, by the way, that I did pay $65 for. Gladly. I said, take my money. I want everything in that box. Okay, last but not least, I think, is my stamp therapy deal. So I'm the stamp therapist, Jennifer Cotton, and my stamp therapy special this week is, of course, my card class. The cards I'm about to make for you on today's video are free with the class packet, is free with an online order of $35 or more this week. So Monday through Sunday. So it ends July 19th, $35 more online order. We will cut, die cut, stamp. We can't stamp for you. Cut, die cut, punch, and emboss, everything possible. There is a punch this month. And mail you that packet. And then, so that's free with an order. Or you can attend in person, which is the best way to do this class. And you can join us on this Saturday, July 18th, in person in Cedar Hill, Texas, and make the cards with my supplies. And then you can either pay the fee or get it free with an order. Or you can flat out purchase it. And I have the links to all of these options in the video description right now. They're also on my blog, stamptherapist.com, under events. And the third or a fourth thing, I guess, is that if you want the tutorial only, the written tutorial of all 4 cards, that's in the registration links. So you can click the register and then select that option. Okay, I think I said it all. Don't forget, 75 or more is going to get that free product of the month tutorial from me. And you can have the opportunity to add on the product of the month if you want, which I am using this month. Okay, so I'm going to point the camera down. Mary Ann, good morning. I was supposed to text you a question, Mary Ann, and I forgot. Hopefully I'll remember it. Cindy said she ordered hers yesterday too, the welcome box. Yeah, I bet all of us did, right? Who else ordered it? Okay, so we are going to see what's on my desk. So let me point the camera down while I have that on so you don't have to look at the side of my face. Camera. I think my co-host made my camera a little crooked. There we go. Okay, let me point this camera, or whatever, put you back on the camera. All right. So, I don't know why I have this laying here, actually, just in case I need it. But today, I will be making 4 cards with all different stuff. Like, I'm using lots of different stamps today. So I'm just going to do them one by one. The very first card is using the inked Floret stamp. It's just a single stamp. It's available right now. It's an online exclusive, so you won't find it in a printed catalog. Don't forget, I don't need to open that. In our online store, we have so much more product than in the catalogs. Additional product. And I have a feeling once this current catalog goes, what's the word I'm looking for, into last chance list, which will happen in August, there'll be a lot more in the online store. Okay, so Ink Floret is a single stamp. I do not know what kind of flowers these are, but this is a super thick outline stamp image. So it's all one image, and it's as large as the front of a card, but it has a stem and 2 leaves, one on the left, one on the right. The one on the left is bigger. Now the leaves are solid, and when you ink it, the veins will not have ink. So it's solid, and the not colored part will be the veins. But then the flowers and also the little leaf things that hang up the bottom of the flower are solid. The two flowers are outlined, but again, just super, super thick lines. I don't know what style you call this. It almost looks like a wood carving to me. But anyway, so there's two flowers. One on the left is bigger and the one on the right is smaller. They're like 5 or 6 petals and they're curved up and they have a center that you can color in with the little like stamen things coming out of it. And lots of detailed lines drawn on each petal. Okay. I'm seeing if anyone told me what kind of flower. No. Charlotte, good morning. Okay, so that's inked Floret. And that's what I'm going to use for this first card. So I am using my Stampin' Positioner because it's a big background stamp. So I thought that would make it a little easier for me to get even inking. I will say I'm using a new ink pad. Where's it? I'm using Hydrangea Hue, and I don't know because I didn't test another color. But anyway, I did have to stamp it a couple or 3 times to get a good inking, which is good with this. And I don't know if it would have been different. I didn't try anything else, like putting it on a clear block or whatever. What else was I going to say? And that was my first time using the stamp when I did that, but we'll see. Okay, so I've got my Stampin' Positioner. This is the stamp positioning tool. There's this grid paper you can purchase separately. This tool is available now. It comes with 2 magnets and we sell the additional magnets separately. It comes with this top plate, the large one, and a small skinny plate that actually goes this direction that you can use for smaller images or to move it down these little pegs to stamp in a row. Okay, but we're going to use this one. So first is my paper. The kit for this card, this is card number 1. Card number 1. The kit uses, I need to talk about this, a basic white card base. So the white paper is 5.5 by 8.5. And it is, that's half a sheet of paper. So you take your 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half. You'll get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. And it will fit into the invitation size envelope. So super easy measuring, nothing complicated to remember. Just cut it in half. Even if you cut it the other direction, it will still fit into that envelope. And my favorite that we carry is these clear ones. Love those clear envelopes. Then I'm going to fold it in half. You can use your finger, but I like to use the bone folder, and I like to do it on the table. I rest the paper against my thumb to even it out, and I align the 2 corners, but then I do all the creasing with my bone folder. But a step above this is to score it with our paper trimmer. And then it puts that score mark in there, and you still want to use your bone folder, but you fold it there. I did just get makeup on that. Side note, see if I have an eraser in here. I just got makeup on my, I don't know if y'all know I wear makeup. I'm just kidding. Another eraser. I thought I had one over here. Hold on. This is a sand eraser for when you get makeup on your garden. All right, let's erase this. As a reminder, I forgot to put my thing on. This, oh yeah, I see, Linda. As a reminder, this is the class that you can take in person or to go. Hey, Lori, hopping on late, no problem. Okay, what was I saying? I don't know. There's the card base. Okay, we're going to put that aside. And then I have the other pieces. This is pretty much how your packet will come unless I miss something, because this is a packet I made for my video, not an official packet that Scott made or is cutting for you right now, actually, and they're not finished yet. They'll be finished by the time I go to class on Saturday. Okay, so in your packet, you'll have some Hydrangea Hue bordered ribbon. Matches, of course. Everything with Stampin' Up! Matches and coordinates. You'll have this large arch. I think it's the second from the largest arch die. And from our everyday arches, they're amazing. We will pre-die cut that for you on basic white. Then this designer paper, it's Hydrangea Hue on this side. This is the this paper here. Bloom Boutique 12 by 12 specialty designer paper. It's a foil paper, but we're not using a foil side. So one side has the gold foiling and the other side has whatever flowers or pattern. And one of the colors in this paper is hydrangea hue. So that's why I used it basically. And I just wanted a not floral background because it would be too busy with this stamp. I showed that paper on a previous video. If you want to see all the sheets, I can find it for you. Okay, then we have a strip of basic white. This is a little, I think 3/8 inch strip. Yeah, 3/8 by 3 1/4. I was unable to do my recipe cards this month. I had to cut and prep my memory keeping class yesterday to be mailed tomorrow, so I was unable to type those. And then a piece of gold foil that is 1/2 by about almost 3 1/2. We're going to trim that down. So a 1/2 inch strip of gold foil. Okay, so now to stamp this arch, you can just stamp it, like put it on a clear block, the stamp. Because I'm using this for a class, I have traced with a pink Sharpie, a pink highlighter there, just approximately where to put this. And then with a pencil, it doesn't matter. It could be a pen, a pencil, a Sharpie. It doesn't literally not matter, but I put where to put these magnets. That's just because every time you use this tool, you don't really know where the magnets need to go until you set it down and you can see the open spaces. So that's why I marked it for them. But if you were doing this at home, what you would do is put your paper down, put a magnet on the little edges just to situate it, lay the stamp on top of the paper, clean, position it, and then pick up the stamp with this tool, reposition everything because it's going to stick to it and pick it up, and then stamp it. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I'm ready. I'm going to ink it up. Got my hydrangea hue. This is the felt pad. It's the new magnetic ink pads. So I can twist and then tap. Tap, tap, tap. This is how you would ink it up even if it was on a clear block. And then you would, so you would tap all over as your last step. Always no rub because you'll put lines on there. And then with this tool, I'm going to press down and just press everywhere that the image is. And I find that my stamps, even with the ink on it, it sticks to the paper. The paper sticks to it a little bit. So I let it come up real gentle to unstick in case I want to re-ink it. So let me show this close up. So it can get more solid than that. I don't think this stamp is intended to be what's the word that is? Distressed. So I'm going to do it one more time. Just add a second layer. Hydrangea hue is the color, just in case I forgot to say that. There we go. Super solid. Okay, but just remember to let it come up gently, unless yours isn't sticky, but mine always is. And if your paper comes out of these little, this grid paper comes with the holes punched in it to lock the paper down. You can reposition it if needed. Okay, so that's my stamping. Next is what I'm going to do on this flower is a little painting with these shimmer brushes. So the shimmer brushes are not to me, they're not like Wink of Stella. They are different. They're like, it's just like a paintbrush that's full of a paint that is this color, so hydrangea hue, with glitter inside. So you don't just swipe it across an image like you do Wink of Stella. You need to be more precise. Okay, so I'm going to shake it a little. I'm going to open it up. And it says push right here on two sides on the brush. If I would test it first, and I'm going to paint this petal with it. But like specifically going along the, I guess, shape of the flower. Instead of like Wink of Stella, you could just be real messy and you wouldn't see the strokes. And I don't know how to explain this properly, but, and I'm going to squeeze it a little because it needs a little more. So you need to be more, pay attention to what you're doing. I don't know what the liquid is in here, but this is basic white cardstock. So it, to me, it can get the paper a little too wet. So you don't want to go over it 5,000 times. But I'm just painting it in. So it's hydrangea hue on top of hydrangea hue in this case. And just paint it in. The center is going to be Golden Glow. The center of these flowers is pretty small. Like it's a little sort of oval shaped center that they drew on there. And so I will very precisely and carefully use the tip of that paintbrush and not squeeze it too much to color it that color. And there is glitter in these pens. However, I don't know if you can see it on the video. On these paint brushes, they're not pens. Shimmer brush. Has anyone else played with these brushes yet? Curious how y'all use them. What else? What else? I haven't used them a ton yet with these. Well, I'm using tone on tone, but they don't seem to be a problem where they're super like pulling the color that I stamped. But who knows? Okay, I'll do the other flower. I'm going to squeeze a little. You don't want to squeeze it crazy because you don't want a big giant blob of paint on there, but you might need to squeeze it while you're painting. I need to write myself another note. Remember something I was going to do yesterday and I forgot. Hold on. Okay. My brain. I'm avoiding that center, of course. How we doing? Love the glimmer brushes. Use them with Silly Old Bear to make the honey glisten. Ooh, Robin, that's a great idea. Thanks for that tip. When I design for the retreat, I plan to try it with hot foil flowers. Ooh, okay, good. Getting tips. And Robin, did you do it on white or like colored paper? What did you do? If you feel like sharing. Or like the honey pot, did you do it on Golden Globe cardstock? You know, I need the detail. Just kidding. Okay, so there's that. Don't squeeze too much, but unlike, I'm always telling my customers, do not squeeze my Wink of Stella because you will get a blob. Like you don't need to squeeze it. This one to me can dry out. And I'm saying everything is to me because I haven't played with them enough to be like 1000% this is the deal. I'm going to use that fine tip. It's like a point to paint the inside. And I haven't really been having to squeeze this particular one so much. So definitely if y'all are at my in-person class, try it without squeezing it first. But it's Golden Glow, but it's a nice yellow for this card. So that's it. I think it dries pretty darn quick, but you know, I wouldn't like rub my hand across it. Okay, my greeting is actually going to come from Begonia Belle because there's no words in the stamp. It's just the one image. And I'm using Golden Glow Shimmer on Golden Glow cardstock. Yay. Thank you, Robin. It says, thank you for everything you do. I don't know why I was holding that stamp up like you can see it there. Thank you for everything you do. And that's from Begonia Belle, which I'm using on my next card. So I'll show that stamp set then. That's the $5 one. Okay, so tap, tap, tap. This is a long, skinny greeting that fits on this 3/8 inch long strip of white, and you want to stamp it in the center, like left to right, so you can cut the ends. Thank you is a thick cursive, and then for everything you do is all caps, just like a serif. And thank you is the T is capitalized and the rest is lowercase, but it's a thick cursive. All right. Okay, so this card is pretty simple. I'm gonna grab my adhesive and my silicone sheet, grab my Stampin' seal. My greeting, I'm going to just trim this white. My new, what do we call these? I'm cutting each end at an angle, same direction on both ends. I just saw my co-host is asleep over there, but not on her bed, but on the paper trimmer that's over there. Detail scissors, detail scissors. Okay, so I trimmed that. Now I'm going to add adhesive to it and attach it to this gold foil strip right in the center. There'll be a skinny border on the top and bottom. And then I will trim manually the sides to go with that angle. Might not be perfect. It's okay. So a little gold on that. And then put it together. So I'm going to attach this designer paper. So again, it's hydrangea hue with little white dots on it. They're kind of directional. So we have them going up and down on this portrait card. So they're going top to bottom. And I can't remember, we may have had to substitute a couple of different patterns of the designer paper in the packs due to whatever stock we had here. So that'll go on the white base with a 1/8. Is it 1/8? Yeah, 1/8 inch border all the way around. Then I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals to my arch. It's a very large arch. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mini Stampin' Dimensionals on it. I think that's plenty. And I'm putting this on at an angle, so up to the left. I mean, yeah. How do I say that? The top is going toward the left, yeah. I blanked out. And then dimensionals on my greeting. Just put 3 on here since it's kind of long. By the way, I use mini Stampin' Dimensionals if anyone doesn't know, because I love them, but we do carry the regular size dimensionals as well. This greeting I want straight with the bottom of the card, like not at an angle, and just down kind of over the leaves section. And then I'll just tie a bow with my ribbon. So we've given you this 10 inches of hydrangea hue bordered ribbon. You'll make 2 bunny, or you can tie it however you want, but if you want to do bunny ears bow, you'll make 2 bunny ears. Lots of space in between. Don't have these fingers close together, have them far apart. A loop in each hand, left and right, with your forefinger and thumb pointing at you, holding the ribbon, and it's so completely flat that if you let it go, it will be flat. There won't be twists and turns. You try to make your bows and tails even. Your loops and tails even. And then you cross this right bunny ear, hop it on over, cross it over the left one, push that right one down into the rabbit hole, keeping the ribbon as flat as possible the whole time. Make your little bow. All right, how we doing? How's everybody doing? As you're watching, please feel free. Click that like, click that share, copy link. Make a comment ever so often. say hi or whatever you want. Very helpful. This is intended to be a medium size bow, I guess, or small to medium. Trim, even up my tails. And put that down at the end. Started to do a glue dot. I started to do a dimensional at the end of my greeting, on the left end of my greeting. Just kind of down at the corner there. And that's it. That is card number 1. It is not crazy fancy, but we got to use some tools. We use that new stamp that's awesome. Inked Floret. Thanks, Cindy. She says, I love this color. Yes. Hydrangea hue, which to me looks purple. But then I did see it next to purples, and I said, okay, I see y'all's point that it is more blue than purple. I tried to put it with fresh freesia and another color. And I was like, oof, not exactly a good match. Okay, my next card, card number 2. Card number 2. That's your favorite in color, Robin. Thank you, Kelly. Card number 2. We are using Begonia Belle. So this is that product of the month stamp set, and almost all of the stamps in there are mounted on a block. So instead of pulling out the plastic, I'll just show you. The flowers are a little bit larger. The images, I should say, are a little bit larger than pictured on the front of the case here. It is a begonia that looks very similar to a rose flower that's 2 steps. So you can stamp, you can get lots of detail. You'll see it when I stamp mine today. And then there is a leaf that's also 2 step. The style is like, they're realistic and very, I don't know what the right word is, but they're really pretty. It's not cutesy or anything like that. I guess it looks painted, basically, the style. There's also stamps, which I did not use, to make like another little small stem with a leaf on it and put like a bud. I'm not sure what that's for. I didn't look at samples, y'all, ahead of time. Sorry. And there's another single smaller leaf. Then we've got the begonia flower. It's just a standalone flower. There are not dies for these. I don't know that Stampin' Up, it's 2 inches by 2 1/4 on the flower, is intending to ever come out with dies to coordinate with product of the month. But we don't have one for this. And so the leaves are almost 2 inches by 1 1/4. And then there's this little background image, which, side note, I had a card, I showed it on a previous video, with the summer happiness bundle that Yolanda made for a team swap. And I texted her and I'm like, what did you stamp to make the sand on there? And turns out it was this. So it's like a background image of diagonal lines that are diagonal dotted lines, I should say. Well, they show it diagonal on here. What was it? Oh, I used it different, but now I see I guess if you mounted it this way, it would be diagonal lines. You can turn it whatever direction you want. You'll see that, right? If you mounted it on your stamp that way, you could stamp it that way, diagonal. But I did them just going across, horizontal. That's how I'm going to use it on my thing. Okay, so those are the images. And then we got the words. We have best wishes. You are my sunshine. Thank you for everything you do. Sending lots of happiness your way. So they're a combo of that serif, which is a thick line serif, almost handwritten, and then that thick cursive. So sunshine is cursive and thank you is cursive, and the rest are the thick, almost handwritten, all caps serif. Okay, that's Begonia Belle. Wow, supplies last. Get it for only $5. Definitely a higher value than $5. This card I'm making, I'm going to put You Are My Sunshine on it. All right, so the supplies, the little one as a bud that goes on the stem. Is that, but what is this one, Rob? Oh, I guess I see that. Are they both buds? Marianne, sorry, I called you Robin. Marianne, is that I think that's a bud, but is that also a bud? I guess it is. Oh, it goes here. That's what she's saying. Thank you, Linda. I think Marianne's telling me this one goes here because there are two little tiny stems, and that's an even smaller bud that goes there. Makes sense now. Thank you, Marianne. Thanks, Rosa. Yeah, number one was simple. Thanks, Marianne. Got it. I didn't even look at those when I made these cards. Like, I didn't even take them off the thing. I usually ignore the stuff that looks like I have to figure it out at first anyway. Okay, this card is also Hydrangea Hue. We're using the same designer paper, different pattern, and Hydrangea Hue card base. So again, now I'm mixing y'all's names up. It's Robin's favorite new in color. I'm going to fold this card base just like I did the other one. This card will also be portrait up and down. I think all four are portrait up and down today. Then inside your packet, you're going to have a basic white layer, which I think we're actually going to cut that large arch from instead because that'll be more paper saving. Cut the large arch from that. But you'll have that basic white layer. Then a layer of the designer paper. This is the side with the foiling. I can't make it shine, but it's on there, the gold foiling. It's white with little, very small scale hydrangea hue flowers scattered all over and some little peaceful pine leaves and stems, and then the gold dots. The back is a peaceful pine with scallops on it. Okay, so we have that layer of designer paper. Then we have another layer of another hydrangea hue colored designer paper from the same pack, the scallop blooms or whatever it's called. But this one is, instead of a white background, it's a light hydrangea hue background with little white flowers on it and hydrangea hue stems and gold. The gold accents are the center of the flowers. This is a skinny 1.5 inch strip that's going to go down the middle of my card, top to bottom. It's 1.5 by 5 1/4. The white is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then the next designer paper is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this one, which is what did I say, 1.5 by 5 1/4. Then you'll have two strips, 1/2 inch strips of gold foil to go behind that center piece to make a border on both sides. A scrap of basic white for our leaves. And then last but not least, I'll die cut for you a perennial postage die label. My dies are not over here because Scott's in the middle of cutting this class, but this die is 1 7/8 by 1 1/8 for the greeting, and we'll use it as a rectangle, or left to right horizontal rectangle. Then two stylish shapes, circles. I believe the largest one is hydrangea hue, 3 inches, and then 2.5 for the white, basic white one. Okay, so, and then some more hydrangea hue ribbon. Okay, so stamping, we need hydrangea hue and peaceful pine, both new in color, so they're the new magnetic pads. And then just gonna do my greeting first. Hydrangea hue, you are my sunshine. So it fits. It's the one, you are my is on top, all caps. Sunshine is cursive below it, capital S. And oh, so nice. What was I gonna say about that? Oh, it fits in that rectangle I gave the size of. And then those lines, those dotted lines. I'm gonna grab a scrap paper. I can't find a little one. Put this corner of the scrap paper here. I'm going to stamp these dotted lines, or ink them up in hydrangea hue. It says off on my stamp for the in-person people. I'm going to stamp it off on scratch paper. And then I'm just going to stamp this over here on the right side of the screening just to add a little interest there. Okay. Then the flower, the first image I want to stamp, the the Begonia is the outline detail flower in, that's not it, this one. The outline detail flower in, what? Oh, no. I can't remember. Yeah. I lied. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so mixed up. The first one I want to stamp is not the outline detail flower. That's a lie, and this one will be easier. You want to stamp the solid one in the lighter color first. So, the solid flower first. Ink it up in hydrangea hue ink like normal. Tab. It's a very solid image, so you want lots of ink. Then you're going to stamp it off on the scratch paper so it'll be lighter, and then right in the middle of that white circle. That's number 1. Then the second step is the outline detail. Number 2, in full strength hydrangea hue. You will want to put on readers if you need those, and just get position it, yeah, so you can see. Let me get to align it, sorry. And it's just visual aligning it with the previous image. To me, it's easier to align the detail on top of the solid instead of the other way around. I might be a little bit off there, but it's fine. No one's going to care. It's fine. The leaves are even more obvious to align. So same thing with the leaves. You want to do, well, why did I say this one? Well, this one I said do the detail first, so let me just see if I mix that up. I feel like maybe it should be the other way. I'm not sure. Detail first. Stamp off the second step. I don't know if I feel like, did I say this wrong? So this is the solid one. I'm going to try it. I just want to test this real quick, guys. Sorry. See which is better. So now my brain is telling me I'm confused. If I did that one first, would it be easier? I think it's true. I think I labeled them backwards. Okay, so step 2 is the lighter one. I do think this is easier to align. So I have those labeled backwards. Yeah, this looks a lot better. What do we think? We're going to fix it right now. So annoying when I do that. This is 1. And this is 2. So number 1 is the lighter, no, the darker color outline. My gosh. And number 2 is the lighter full image. Wow. You know. Okay, so let's do the leaf. I need 2 leaves. Number 1 is the solid one, solid ink. 2 is the filler stamped off. Some days it doesn't work. Okay, there we go. Problem says I found it easier to stamp the solid first. Is that what I did here? I don't know. Or do you mean solid ink? I think that's partly what's confusing my brain is solid ink versus solid image. I'm also on almost no sleep, but I am going to die cut out this circle because this one looks so much better. Let me grab my die real quick. If I can find it, because let me see if it's here. Scott might have it. Okay. Never mind. The die is not in this room, but I'll fix it later. I love seeing a public meltdown. Okay, I'm barely going to attach because I'm going to peel it off later, this circle to this other circle. I'll fix it later. Now the leaves, we're going to hand cut out. That's a hand cut item here. So scissors, glasses. I'm just going to hand cut. I'm just going to cut it apart because the paper will be smaller. So when you hand cut stuff out, in general, you leave a border, like this is a white border, whatever color your paper is. You move the paper instead of the scissors. So for me, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to turn the paper. Here's a good example of that with my left hand. And then I also like to cut with the scissors, like the closest to the handle part of the scissors. So I open them wide and cut for as long as I can before reopening them to avoid those little, I'll show you right here. So that's how you just, it's not perfect, but to avoid those little cut marks, like that's an exaggerated, but like that, if you keep opening. Okay, do the other one real quick. That second flower is much more depth, right, girl? The second one looks way better. Let me leave this here so everybody knows this is the better. Oh my gosh. So it just depends which is easier for you to align, like which way. My advice will be this way. However, if it works better for you the other way, that's your business, of course. And side note, of course, I stamped that on the circle so we wouldn't have to hand cut out that flower. Okay, so then I got my 2 leaves. Good to go. Good to go. All right. Let's assemble this card. Right here. So I've got this strip of designer paper, the hydrangea hue colored one. I'm going to add adhesive to the back left and right long sides of it, left and right. I'm going to lay this gold foil 1/2-inch strip on my silicone craft sheet. This sheet, if you don't have it, just use scratch paper, but it helps you keep excess adhesive off of your work surface. And if you're doing something like this where I've got glue on the back and I'm sticking this down, it won't stick to my paper or get glue on my work surface because it just glue doesn't stick to this silicone. Okay, and then I leave the gold on the table. It's a much easier way to do this, and see how thick or thin you want the border and position that, and then press. And then same thing on this side. Like flip the paper around. It's easier. This paper doesn't have an up or down direction, so that part's easy, or you don't need to worry about it. And there's the border. So that saves you a lot of gold, because gold is, of course, you only get 2 sheets in a pack, and you know, you want to conserve that. Okay, let me attach my designer paper to the white. Layer. This is the 4 by 5 1/4 designer paper to the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 basic white, and then attach that to my hydrangea hue card base. So these are skinny borders on both layers there. So 1/16 inch border. That. Then I'll add this strip right down the middle, top to bottom. Adhesive on the gold foil and the designer paper. And this is as tall as the designer paper here in the middle. So not up to the white, but to the designer paper height. So we got that base for the card. And then, actually, I still want that. My leaves. I'll put adhesive on the top back of one of the leaves and put these two, like just attach them together offset. the flower, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of the hydrangea hue circle. So attach the circles together. Do 4 dimensionals there. I mean 5, 1 in the middle. And they are the minis. And then this flower will go toward the top in the center. Maybe 3/4 or less inches from the top. Then I'm going to add adhesive to the top of these leaves and a couple of mini dimensionals on the bottom tip of each leaf and attach it to the bottom left corner of the rose. So I'm not going to press hard there because I still am going to pick this up later and replace that circle. But bottom left, so the leaves will hang off the circle there. My greeting will go on Stampin' Dimensionals as well. So I'll just do 4, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Hello. Okay. Greeting down here on the bottom right. And a bow, which I just showed how to make a bow on the last card. So I will do this one faster. Tina, good morning, everyone from Maryland. She says, good morning to you as well. Thank you, Desiree. She says, I love your colors. Very simple. Just copy the colors from the designer paper. that green is a peaceful pine or peaceful pink, as I always type. And hydrangea hue, of course. So that's where I got it. Fix my ribbon there. This bow is going to go at the top of the leaves to cover up where they're, why do I keep doing that? Where they're like, overlapping, and then you got the hand cut edge there. Just cover it up with the bow. And that is card number 2. Card number 2. Oh, thank you, Linda. She's so nice. She said, I was right. Another beautiful card. Linda's so nice. Okay, let me check something here. Okay. I'm doing a secret test on these cards that y'all can find out about if you come in person, but that's a secret. Okay, I'm going to put this with my card because I do want to fix it because that's stamped better. And I hate that I said it wrong at the beginning, but whatever. The last card is going to be the hot foil, but I'm going to plug it in now because it takes 7 minutes. This card will take more than 7 minutes, y'all know, but plugging in my hot foil right now. I have my note on top of my next card that says plug in. We don't need to be waiting 7 minutes. Okay, but this next card is different. I did get this idea from Pinterest. I modified it, but it's heavily inspired by Pinterest. So shout out to whoever did this card on Pinterest. Card number 3. Card number 3. This one is using the Fern and Flora bundle. Fern and Flora. Gorgeous bundle. This came out in our May catalog. So it might carry over. It might not. You might want to start stocking up on this May catalog, by the way, which is jam-packed full of amazing stuff. We do not, other than a couple of products. Where's my book? We don't know what's going to carry over, but August is when the list will come out of what Stampin' Up's retiring for that round in August from the current product line. It doesn't mean everything in this book is going away. Honestly, we don't know what it means because this is our first time with this new catalog system, right? But this is, long story short, this is from the catalog Moonlit Flora Suite. So it's gorgeous. I love this paper. I love it. But that's not what I used, to be honest, because I didn't have enough on hand to give everybody a piece. So I found a different idea. Anyway, Fern and Flora, I have shown this whole suite on another video. So if you want to know where that is so you can hear the description, let me know. Okay, so here we have a Lost Lagoon card base, 5.5 to 8.5. Lost Lagoon. I'm going to fold it in half. Lost Lagoon portrait, put that aside. And then our next layers are Pretty Peacock embossed with the super gorgeous Fern and Flora embossing folder. I believe still temporarily what do you call it? Unavailable. But let me look real quick. Like, I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm going to check the date for you. August 3rd. August 3rd on that one is the estimated date to return back in stock. It's beautiful. It's a 6x6 folder, 6x6, and it just puts a bunch of ferns on your paper. So that's Pretty Peacock, which is 4 by 5 1/4 embossed with that. That's our next layer. And then we have a piece of crumb cake cardstock. This is going to be 4 inches tall by 3.5 wide. 4 tall is how it'll go on the card by 3.5 wide. So it's a rectangle. We have a punched 2 3/8 inch basic white circle punch, and in white. We're going to stamp on that. And then we have a scrap of crumb cake and a scrap of basic white. We're going to stamp and die cut out our images for that. And then we have this gorgeous ribbon, Secret Sea. I forget what she's called. Oh, I got all my ribbons right here. Secret Sea bordered open weave ribbon. Here's the other ribbon from earlier, the hydrangea hue. I'm going to use another ribbon that just went unorderable this morning. But anyway. Okay. Okay, so all this stuff is in another container here. So let me grab it. The lid on this one. This is all packed up for my in-person class. See? New tub for this round of cards. I'm going to use 2 dies from the Fern and Flora bundle, which is the label and the butterfly. Okay. I forgot if I need both of these. Actually, I think I just need Secret Sea ink on this card. I do need my blends here and my Wink of Stella. If you like Wink of Stella, you can clap for that. Okay, so first off, let me just grab this large Fern stamp that comes with Fern and Flora. Love it. And I'm going to stamp the Fern image as a background on this crumb cake cardstock. So I will turn it different directions. I'll definitely hang it off the edge of my paper. Oof, I did not stamp that good. Oh, see, I got ink on it. It's fine. That'll be covered up, but I got ink on it because I used the glass and then I flipped it over. Okay, I didn't stamp that one good, so I'm going to try again. Nice and firm. Hold it for a couple of seconds. I know that was completely me, user error. Nice and firm. Hold it for a couple of seconds. See, much better. I'm just tapping. These are the old, like, current ink pads, but the foam ones. So you do not want to press hard when you ink these up, or you're going to get a mess on your clear block, which can come off on your project. Okay, so that's what I'm going to stamp. I'm also going to grab a baby wipe and wipe off my glass mat. I could have put scratch paper under there also to avoid having to wipe that off. Either way is fine, but let me grab a baby wipe. I usually keep 1 or 2 in a little old baby food container. I don't know if they still make baby food in these. I got this from a friend. I mean, I don't know if they still sell it in these containers, but they're nice as like a little, keeps it moist. Okay, so that background is stamped. That's going to go on here. And then I'm going to stamp on the circle. I'm going to stamp the image that comes in the set that is the small, not the smallest, the medium grouping of like at the stem with flowers and buds and leaves, and it's outlined so you can color it in. My thing heated up and it scared the crap out of me. And then I'm going to stamp the outline of I stamped that flower on the white circle. I'm going to stamp the outline of the, what's it called? Frame image, the frame outline in Secret C on the crumb cake scrap. And then I'm going to put, there's many greetings that can fit inside here. I'll just grab a random one, but I have them mounted for in person. This one says, you make the world a better place. We also have thankful for you and you're an amazing friend. Just put whatever word you want inside there in Secret C. And then last but not least, on this little scrap of white, the little butterfly image. There's also a moth in this stamp set, but I used the butterfly for this card. Okay. Then next I want to die cut out the butterfly and the greeting. I'm going to use my mini machine for this, but I will be bringing the big machine over because you have to have that for the hot foil. Yes, Lisa. Lisa says, I won't be, basically, I'm rephrasing what Lisa said. Where did I put those dies? That she will not be getting rid of retired stamps. She'll just use them for personal use, which a lot of people do that. Totally fine. Stampin' Up! Just has, I mean, one of their things is they only have so much warehouse space to, when we get new product, we have to make space. Okay, so I laid my paper on this mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on the cutting plate. I lined the dies, and I'm going to put the top plate on top and roll it through. Just one time, one direction. You don't need to go back. It will die cut them out, and it'll be awesome. Hopefully, knock on wood, if you aligned it properly. That's a little bit off. Pretend you don't see that. It's a little bit off. Pretend you don't see that. User, whatever. Y'all know it's not my day exactly over here, obviously, in the stamping area. Goodness, like something in my throat. I don't know. Oh, I don't have any water over here. It's fine. What am I trying to say? This doesn't bother me the way that flower bothers me. I don't know, but after you die cut those out, we're going to now color them. So I've got these blends here, Old Olive, Light and Dark. Stampin' Blends are alcohol-based markers that color super smooth and easy and amazing on a water-based ink, which is what Secret C is, water-based. Then we have Lost Lagoon, Light and Dark. They come in light and dark in one pack. You get both colors of both shades of the one color. And then, but I only have light for crumb cake. We're going to use light on that. I don't need this marker. And then I have the Wink of Stella, which is the do not squeeze one for my in-person people. Okay. You have to squeeze it when you buy it, but then it flows. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to grab Lost Lagoon first. Dark. So the dark and light, you can blend together to make shadows and all that. So I'm going to add a little dark on the like detail lines that Stampin' Up! Has drawn on the butterfly, and then I'll go with the light. You always need to slip that lid back on. If you're going to reuse it, that's fine, but slip the lid on because these can dry out really quickly. And then I go over the whole thing with the light, including the dark area, to blend it together so that it doesn't look like harsh lines, but you can see the little shadows. And then with blends, they do bleed through to the other side because they're like alcohol based, like a Sharpie. And you can go back though and layer. You can add dark again. You can go back and blend it back out with the light. If needed, you can do layer upon layer upon layer. You can also layer mixed colors. You could put, I don't know what, it would look good with Lost Lagoon, but like you could put red and yellow together and they can touch for fire and it doesn't mess up the markers and all that. Okay, I'm just going to do crumb cake light for the body of this butterfly. I accidentally used dark on my sample and I was too lazy to fix it, but I think light is better. Anyway, so there's that. And then I didn't put the lid fully back on Lagoon because I'm going to use it on these flowers. So I'm going to put the dark in the center of the flowers and maybe at the bottom of the buds and maybe on some of these detail lines that Stampin' Up! Has drawn. And at the bottom of that one, like more or larger bud. Then I snap that lid back on when I'm done because I don't want it to dry out. And then here's my light. I am just using the bullet point. These images are really small, so I think it's easier to color with a bullet point. But what's great about blends is that the markers don't, like you don't see streaks like you can with a water-based marker. If you're not a good colorer, like I am not, I'm actually going to add a little dark. You just keep coloring and it eventually smooths out. And so you don't have to have that artistic talent and know when to stop, like with a water-based marker. Or when you went too far, basically. You can't really go too far with these unless you're, by far we mean outside of the line too much. And then again, if you need to go back and add more dark and go back with the light and blend it out, meaning the dark shows too much, so you smooth it out and all that, you can. It's going to bleed through. And I might actually, I did this on my other one. I just went back and added a little dark to these larger flowers. Okay, then Old Olive for the leaves. Same thing. I'm just going to, for me, because I don't know where the shadows are supposed to be really, because I'm not artistic that way. I'm just, I'm going to turn my machine back on. It just turned off. I'm following the line Stampin' Up! Drew. And go in with light. And then I'm just going to add Wink of Stella to the wings of the butterfly and the petals, or the flowers. I don't like to Wink of Stella everything on a card because then it's like nothing is special in my opinion. I want it to be special. Wink of Stella is a glitter brush. It is clear. It's different than those other brushes I showed on the first card. Like you can just do this on top and it looks fine. I feel everywhere I've tried to just do that on top with the shimmer brushes, it's not the same effect. Again, I don't know if you can see it on the video. Oh yeah, you can on this one. Ooh, shiny. And I'll do it on the wings as well. And this dries pretty quick as well. If you use Wink of Stella on a water-based ink, like these, for example, you need to make sure it's super dry unless you want it to bleed your color, which that is a technique, but it's wet and it will possibly make it bleed. Okay. Okay, I think we're ready to assemble this one. We'll probably have to catch replay, Cindy, no problem. I recently had a wink of still accident on a finished card. Yes, Lori, see? I mean, I am not glad that that happened to you. But I am glad you told us so people can believe me that you can go too far. I've done it myself, honestly, girl. Same. Because I'm like, oh, it's getting a little dry. Squeeze, squeeze. And also, side note, like Lori just said, squeeze it. If you really have to squeeze your own, not mine, do it off to the side over scratch paper. Okay, so I'm attaching this rectangle, yes, of crumb cake to all the way to the left of the embossed pretty peacock cardstock and toward the top. So it's just like off center, all the way to the left, more toward the top, maybe a ½ inch from the top. Then I'll go ahead and attach this to my card base. It'll have that 1/8 inch border. And then just a quick reminder, this is my 4-card class for this month. If you're local, you can attend in person on Saturday. Join us, use my supplies, and make all 4 cards. And you'll get to see Shirley and Robin and all kinds of other cool people. Terry can't come after all. But normally you could see Terry. Anyway. Okay, you might notice when I stamped my fern leaves as an background, I kind of left the middle part blank. That's fine because we'll put this circle more toward the bottom, centered left to right-ish on this crumb cake. Maybe 1/2 an inch from the bottom of the crumb cake or so, something like that, on Stampin' Dimensionals. Then I'll curl my little butterfly with my hands, but it might flatten out. Of course, if I put that in an envelope, it will flatten out. That will go on the top. Where did I put it? Yeah, to the top, or the right side toward the top of the circle. It's flying there by the flowers. Then the next layer is my bow. So again, I've shown how to make this bunny ear bow on the first card. But this is with that Secret Sea bordered open weave ribbon. It's got the border, but it's see-through basically. And just make a bow. I'm going to make it a little smaller. And of course, you make them smaller by just pulling on the tails to make the loops smaller. Trim it a little bit. Love a brand new pair of scissors, by the way. Okay, so my bow is going to be tucked under the greeting. I think on this one, I'll actually put the glue dot on the front of the bow. I didn't do it this way on the one I made originally, and attach it to the back bottom left of the greeting. Now, no, there's a hot plate over here, girl. My co-host is trying to walk on a hot plate. No, ma'am. No. Sorry, y'all. No, don't come over here. She said, I think it's chicken time. Okay, and then dimensionals on this greeting. No. Look at it. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the left above that bow, and on the right I'm going to stack 2 dimensionals on top of each other, a couple of those, because it's going to hang off of this raised up circle, so that will even it out. So on the right, back right, they're stacked, on the left they're not, and I'll put it down here toward the right of the crumb cake rectangle, touching the circle, hanging off the side there. And that's card number 3. That beep scared me. That's right, Lori, it did. I like the poop emoji. Oh, while the plate is warming, I got my second cup of coffee. Yes, Linda. Sorry, I'm reading y'all's comments, so I got off screen. Okay, so that's card number 3. This last card number 4, we are going to use hot foil. Now, if you don't have hot foil or this bundle and you get this class kit, you can substitute a different background. I'm using the Echoes of Detail bundle, and I am using the stamps, so you can stamp any background image you'll see. I'm going to use the brick and this paint splatter image. And then I'm using the brick wall background with my gold foil. So I will be giving you a little piece of gold foil, but you can substitute and just make the card different. And then for my words, I used scalloped blooms just to grab a greeting from, and my card says happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday from Scalloped Blooms. This is a bundle that includes these amazing scallop circle dies, but that's where my greeting is from, Scalloped Blooms. And then Echoes of Detail, of course, I showed on my video last week, this bundle, and I did demonstrate the linen background foil die. And today I'm using the brick wall one. So these are what these dies look like. I've had, just in case anyone missed last week or whatever, I've had several questions on the short form videos I posted on Facebook. And yes, again, the dies for foiling are not the same as a regular die. So like, for example, we're using this leaf on this card from my old dies, Nature Symphony. You cannot foil with any of these dies, for example. Basically no dies I've shown or used today, none of them would work for foiling. They have to be specially made for that, and they are different. It's a different type of metal, I think. It's a different thickness and all the stuff. So that's for foiling. Okay, and I'm using the brick wall one and the stamp. So Echoes of Detail. All right, where's my packet, actually? I buried it. Here's my packet for card number 4. Card number 4. Okay, move some stuff here. Sorry. Okay, so first of all, remember I mentioned earlier Sarah Douglas had a video. She went live, and there was another girl on there with her, another Stampin' Up! Employee, and they were both talking and giving tips and all. Well, one of the tips she gave was you can foil and then stamp, or stamp and then foil. I thought they had previously told us always foil. I don't even remember. Always stamp first. That's what I thought they said. But no, untrue. So you do what works for the card you're doing. So I think I said last week, stamp first, then foil, but you don't have to. And I found out, which I would have eventually, but you can also, like, you might add this brick wall gold foil. Then you might run it through again with any color foil you want, silver, pink, or gold, with another die. And it won't mess up your previously foiled images. So you could layer the Swiss dots on top of this, or a word, or whatever. So a couple of things I learned since last time. You can stamp first or second. You can foil multiple times on the same piece of paper. I also did test it on velvet, and it worked on that as well. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in half. Basically, they even said you could foil on like gold foil paper or silver foil, any of our foil papers, basically all the specialties. Okay, I have a basic white card base. Let me fold that in half, get it out of the way. My machine is heating, and I do have something to show y'all that I have tested, but I think it's fine, but I'm just going to say use at your own caution, but I have it in my Amazon store. Okay. I have it in my Amazon store. And I'm really testing it fully for the first time on this video today as far as positioning. But anyway, okay, supplies. Sorry, I got my brain distracted. The next layer is Lost Lagoon cardstock. And we've die cut out that big leaf from that I just talked about from, where did I put it? Forgot the name. I just showed it when here, yes, sorry. The big leaf is from Nature Symphony. It's an amazing die. It is very delicate when you cut it out. Like, it's not crazy, but it's super thin, so just be careful you don't rip them apart. But it cuts out the 2 stems and leaves with all the detail. Anyway, we're going to cut that out for you from Lost Lagoon paper right there, and you'll have that for your card. Then the next layer is this card designer paper, and it is I forgot the name, but I got it right here. It's this Lovely Blossoms 12 by 12 designer paper, Lovely Blossoms, And it's one that I think you get 3 of each design instead of 2. So I think there's 4 patterns. And it's a really nice, like I used it in my memory keeping club the first month. It's just a really nice paper, but it has these really good sort of neutral patterns that would be great for foiling on top of, including the one I'm using, which is this cloud cover stripes. Well, I cut it where they're going top to bottom, vertical stripes, and they're like fancy stripes. I don't know what you call those, but so it's light and dark cloud cover ink, and it's like a thick stripe and then some thin ones on either side of it, then space, thick, couple of thin, space. That's what we're going to foil on. We're going to stamp on it too, though. I forgot. Okay, you got some gold ribbon here. This went on back order this morning. Oops. But it is gold striped mesh ribbon. Got a piece of that. You have a basic white nested essentials dies label. This is like the maybe second from the largest. Again, my dies are not over here right now. 1.5 by 2 1/8 for our greeting. That'll be landscape, I believe. Yeah. And then your gold foil. Okay, I think that's all that'll be in your packet. So we're going to stamp on this first. My machine is heating. Again, I gave full step-by-step instructions on how to use the machine. I'm going to show it today, but in detail on last week's video. Okay, so stamping, I'm going to grab Lost Lagoon ink, the brick stamp. It's like, I'll give the measurements in a sec. And the paint splatter stamp, and then that happy birthday. Oh, I need Secret C also. Okay, so I did, my greeting is Secret C. Happy birthday is stacked on top of each other. A skinny line, cursive, capital on both words. And then I'll just do the greeting real quick. I'm going to ink up the splatter paint image, which is like a solid, a big 1 1/4 by almost 1.5, like solid, almost fully solid swatch of paint. Then some little dots to the, if you have it this direction, to the top, and then the paint is dripping down in 3 drips on the bottom, like long drips. Okay, so ink it up in Lost Lagoon, stamp it off on scratch paper, and then just stamp it up here in the top left corner, hanging off the edges of this greeting, just to fill it in, some little space there. So that's that. Then for the, oh, I have some tape on this, nice. For the designer paper, I'm going to add the brick. So this little brick background image is 2 1/4 wide by a little over 1.5 tall. But the bricks are uneven on the left and right. You know, they end differently. And then it gets a little skinnier toward the bottom if you have it this direction. So it says off. Did I stamp this off though? I kind of think I didn't. Let me look. Gosh, I did the same thing yesterday. I got confused on what I did, but yeah, there's no way that's stamped off on this sample. So we're going to do full strength. The only thing about this brick, I'll say for me, is it plays tricks on my eyes to stamp it straight. Okay, so I want this little brick image. So I'm going to do it this direction. On the top left of this striped paper. So it's portrait up and down. Top left. Bottom right. This is just like to make a background, of course. This might not exactly match my original. And I'm going to look. I did only do it twice. So top right, bottom left-ish. I did not hang it off the edges. I kept it within. Then these paint splatter. I am going to stamp this off. So ink it up, stamp it off. And I'm just going to add it a few times around, stamped off every time. few times around this card, and a lot of it will get covered up, but you know, it's just like to add that texture. I'm flipping it upside down sometimes, and I think I might add a little more than I did on my first sample, and we'll just see how we like it. So it's just a background, right? Let me grab that baby wipe. Oh, okay. Don't do that side. Let me dry this. Okay, now it's foil time. Okay, I should have done this before. All right, let me show you what I got on here. This is called, I forgot what it's called. This is tape. Oh, V, don't leave. Just kidding. Oh, she said, I was trying to understand what she meant. I totally understand that. She said, I got to go get groceries before it gets melty outside. But my groceries are being delivered today. And I thought at first she was saying she needed to get groceries before they melted on the porch, right? If they were being delivered. But same, yeah, she got to get out before it's too hot. I totally understand. All right, I'm trying to get on Amazon and see what this is called. I have it in my Amazon store. What the? Okay, it is called Heat Resistant Tape for Sublimation Heat Press. Heat resistant tape. Just go to my Amazon link. It won't cost you any different, but it'll give me like 5 cents if you get it there. Okay, heat resistant tape. Okay, first of all. Second of all, I put that tape. This machine has been heating for a while now. It's ready. It's got the red light on. It's ready. I made it to be the side, or I marked off the center of this piece of paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4, so it's pretty standard. At the end, don't let me forget to peel this tape off. This has been on there since I made these cards. What day was that? Yesterday or the day before? I'm trying to see what direction I put this on here. I can't even tell. I'm going to do it this way. This tape has been on here, and I let it heat for a very, very, very long time with the tape on it. I'm using the grid lines of the thing here to try to make this straight, because I wanted to make sure it didn't like melt onto the thing, right? And then I ran it through a few times. Even I just faked that I was doing foiling because I was doing other stuff that day. Okay, so this exact tape has been on here for a few days. I've run it through 3 or 4 times, including with this brick wall, but I did modify something. Okay, so now we're going to test it. Why? Because I keep having trouble centering the stuff. It's probably a Jennifer thing that my vision, oh, here, turn the timer on so this will heat up. Not vision, but like perception, depth perception kind of deal, right? So I put this brick wall, I want it in the middle of this paper, basically. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I visually put that in the middle. I know they have these grid lines here, but I don't know about writing on them. And I forget which grid line it was. You know, I did use them to make sure my tape was straight, though. So, as you can see, and I didn't wrap it around. I don't know, that would have hurt, but I didn't go past the sides because I didn't want it to catch when I ran it through the machine, right? Especially here and here. So we're just waiting for this to heat up. It just takes a minute or two. And then as a reminder, you put the flat side of the die down. These are special dies only for foiling. They're not your regular die. This is a bundle. You can buy the dies only or the bundle with the stamp set, or the stamps only. If you just like, hey, I like a grunge stamp set, you can get the stamp set only. You don't need to buy the dies. If you're not going to hot foil, that's good. No problem. Okay, and flat side down. And then when you put this foil on, you put the colored foil side down onto the die. Boom, heat it up. Okay, so I'm going to put the foil there. And see, now I'm not, for me, I'm like, where's the center? How's it straight? Blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if it matters, but this is my top, so I'll do it this way. And I'm going to use my tape lines for alignment. Okay, so I'll put it in the tape. My intention when I thought of this tape idea is to use it. And let me put my top plates on. Every darn time. Every time I need to line something up, I can just peel this off and put more tape on if it works. Okay, so we do, I'm going to unplug it first because that's how I like to do it. You have to unplug it before you do it. And I'm going to put the hot foil shim goes next, the green or green one, and then the clear plate. Okay, then I'm going to grab my machine, which again, just a reminder, you don't have to be pulling your machine over to it. You take that to your machine. But if you are making a video, then yeah, you got to move the machine. Make sure you hold the plates so that they go in as well, because I one time bumped the plates off, and you roll it through very slowly. I may be going slower than I'm supposed to, but I don't want this to. Thank you, Robin. Don't buy it, by the way, Robin. Just for Robin or any of my story. Okay, very slowly, because that helps everything transfer evenly. It's like you're ironing, you know, you want to iron your shirt, like you can't just be like this and it's ironed, right? Same thing. Gotta get that heat to spread out. I did see on Sarah's video, which I'm sure they're being overly safe, they were like, do not touch the bottom. I'm just telling y'all again, the bottom has not burned me one time. It's barely warm. But Sarah was like, do not touch the bottom. The sides are okay. Okay, then we take this off. And, of course, you see the magic. Oh, by the way, then you can take your magnet tool. And it comes with this little silicone, so you can put your hot dye on there. It is hot. I don't touch that dye when it first comes off. It's hot, and it takes a minute to cool down. So the silicone sheet, you can protect your surface, plus the silicone sheet is cute. But anyway, it comes with it. It comes with this. All this comes with the machine. The system. And your cord, of course. And then if you're going to foil again, which I'm not, but if you are, plug it in immediately after you take all that off, and it will heat a lot faster. But I'm going to unplug it because we're done for now. But I'm going to leave it here so I'll remember to remove this tape for y'all. I always get scared that I did it wrong when I see the gold facing me. Of course, you peel it off, and it's going to look amazing. And you got your little brick thing, and it's just a background we made. And I could stamp after, now that I learned from Stampin' Up, if you wanted to position these background images more specifically for any reason, you could stamp after instead. That part does not matter. It's just depending on what you're going for. Save this, because we have a product coming that you'll be able to foil this onto your next project. Okay. So I'm going to let this machine cool down, and I'm going to remove that tape because I want to make sure there's no sticky residue. That's my fear. And it hasn't melted at all, but I don't want residue, right? But my Amazon store link is in this video right now. Scroll on down to the bottom of the description and you'll see my Amazon link. Okay, let's put this card together. I'm going to attach my beautiful thing here. Oh, well, never mind, that's not new, but on my video last week, I forgot who shared this tip, but if it was you, please feel free to shout yourself out. Someone shared that if you do get over foiling, which is foil where you didn't intend it, you can just erase it with a sand eraser. Also in my Amazon store. And I do wonder if you can erase the part you did intend, but I'm assuming you can, but I'm not going to try it on this card. Okay, so I attached that designer paper with the foil to the Lost Lagoon. Then that goes on my card base. And this is the 4th card in my card class for this month. Then I will grab my silicone sheet and add adhesive very gently to the back of this leaf thing because The stem is very thin, so if you can use liquid glue, of course, but if you're using a tape runner and you pull it without holding it down with your hand, you might tear these apart, which is not the end of the world. You just piece it back together on your card and nobody ever knows. So this leafy background thing die, which I love, just goes right in the center there. So pretty. Love that die. Love. The ribbon is actually not a bow. This ribbon is 9 1/4 inches long. And we're just going to add adhesive to the back of the greeting, a couple of rows there. We're going to fold the ribbon back and forth, even, sections, I guess, back and forth like that. Angle it a tiny bit and stick it to the back of the greeting. Then we'll add dimensionals on top of that. Make sure I put one on the ribbon so it doesn't move. And that. And this will be finished card number 4. Down here on the bottom left for this greeting. And that's it. Card number 4. Card number 4. All right, what do we think? I found the sand eraser removes the color from the two-tone. I was afraid of that, Sue. I've used the adhesive eraser. Oh, adhesive eraser. That's the more gentle one. Cool, good, great tip. That is card. Thank you, Oma. Oma, come join us Saturday. You can see Shirley. You can see me. I got you, girl. Yeah, Robin. Did you take that hint? Kelly, thank you. Desiree, thank you. Okay, let's see what's up here. It's still warm, y'all. It's not hot, but okay, I'm gonna peel this tape off. I've got 0 residue. 0. I'm not actually gonna peel it off. I'm gonna leave it there since you can test it right here. 0 residue. You cannot sue me though if you get residue. But what I did was I thought, oh, I wonder if there's a heat resistant tape because I need to mark where to put stuff. Like I could see using this for a smaller image, and like whatever, like you figure it out. You can figure it out with your die. Like, oh, I'm going to want the die on this part of my cardstock. And whatever your reason is, you need to know exactly where it's going to go. But my paper's this big. So if I put the die here, where do I put the paper? Right. You get the point, I hope. And it might be a different size paper than a standard 4 by 5 1/4. So my idea is to tape off that section and have a guide. So I Googled, first of all, heat resistant tape. And then all that kept coming up was the sublimation tape. So then I Googled, will sublimation tape work on a hot foiling system? And Google, who is my best friend, said, it sure will. It can hold up to 400 degrees. And then I was like, I wonder how hot this gets. But of course, I didn't go that far in my research. But it says this tape goes up to 400 degrees. And so I bought some. So there you go. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Kelly. Thanks, Robin. Okay, so that's my tip. Nobody get mad at me if it doesn't work for you. I've tried to test it, but I didn't test it like 5,000 times. I've tested it about 5 times now, including this video. And like I said, there's no residue, which was my fear, that there would be tape residue. Let's check this side just in case. Yeah. And it didn't melt or anything weird. And it, like, I didn't see any other color choices. This was the color I saw, but it's like a, it's not as dark as it looks here, but you can still see it. Okay. So that's my thing. Whatever. Take it or leave it. Let me put out these cards so we can get a look. These are the cards for card class this month. You will make one of each. It is free with an online order of $35 or more. I will cut, actually Scott will cut and mail this packet to you to make all 4 cards. Don't forget in person to remind me, Robin, that I have a secret I want y'all to check for me. Okay, you'll make all 4 cards. This is the order I made them in today. 1, 2, 3, 4, if you want to say which one's your favorite. And if I remember, I'll share the secret with y'all next week to see what they told me in person. But those are the cards, the class. You can actually get it 3 ways, or you can get the tutorial only. Class is free with an online order of $35 or more. We'll mail you the packet. You can stamp and assemble, plus you'll get a PDF tutorial that I'm typing today, by the way, side note. You can purchase it, just flat out buy it for a fee and add shipping if needed. You'll see why, because if you took another class, you can combine it this month. Okay. Or free with or attend in person. I'm like, what's the other option? Attend in person this Saturday in Cedar Hill, Texas. Join us. You'll use my supplies. You'll get to try the hot foiling system, even if you don't own it, if you take this class. If you want the tutorial only, if you're not on my team, because they get it for free, then you can use that class registration link and buy the tutorial only. Favorite number 2, then 4. Thank you, Martha. That's kind of my favorite too, honestly. This one right here. So pretty. The begonia, the whole thing. Did I put the right sample with the good flower? You know what? I think I stamped both of my flowers poorly. Anyway, that's another. We're not going to go back to that story. Thank you, Oma. Yes, Robin, thank you. Lori, thank you very much. Cool. Well, everyone, I'm trying to remember if I was going to share anything else here at the end, but I'm looking around. I don't have anything laying here. Almost every time I finish the video, I look immediately and see something that I meant to show on the video. Like almost every dang time. But I do have a graphic that I forget to show a lot of times, but not that one. I did forget that one. This one, thank you very much for being here and watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, etc. It does help me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all just for watching. Let's keep on crafting together, whether it's virtual or in person. And I should be back next Thursday at 9 a.m. Central for the Stamping Morning Show. So y'all have a great day. I will see you later. And I can finally give this girl her chicken that she's been asking for all morning. Bye.